We introduced you to Boomtown yesterday. It's all about looking toward the future by learning from the past. This past summer, Columbus leaders voted on new zoning codes focusing on zoning changes in neighborhoods that were once redlined.
Well, 10 TV's Tracy Townsend has much more now on the mission to promote harmony and also help stop some damage that's already been done.
What we're seeing today is a rebirth.
Even though Shannon Hardin is city council president, in his heart, he's still just a kid from Columbus.
I get really excited because being a legacy Columbus kid, I think that we've always felt like we were in someone else's shadow.
But this city Shannon loves so much didn't always love him and his family back.
My grandmother used to tell this story about, her house having to move, them having to move when she was younger because the freeway system was coming through.
His grandmother's home was among 400 knocked down in the 60s to build Interstate 71. This road connects Columbus to the north and south, but it isolated thousands of people living in King, Lincoln, Bronzeville, and the Near East Side.
It cut off this historically black neighborhood from downtown, the success of our community. And what happened was that there became urban decay.
So we can see Bronzeville here.
Nicole Sutton says that urban decay happened by design. She is an expert on redlining, a method once used by the federal government to segregate neighborhoods and control home ownership.
What was used to determine whether an organization or an area was redlined was the race or ethnicity of the people who were living there.
Take a look at this map of Columbus from 1936. It was drawn by the Federal Home Owners Loan Corporation and used to decide who got a mortgage. See those neighborhoods in blue? They were considered ideal, with mostly white residents who got home loans. No mortgages for folks living in the red neighborhoods. They were labeled risky for investors because immigrants and people of color lived there.
And all of this was done, again, by the federal government. They thought that they could have racial harmony if they kept the races separate. And that became a requirement for providing mortgages, was if the area was segregated.
Redlining was outlawed in 1968, but the damage was already done. Research by the Kirwan Institute shows redlined neighborhoods still have higher rates of infant mortality, incarceration, and poverty.
The story of the Near East Side is one that is similar to a lot of African American communities around the country. This is a city that should and will be for all.
Hardin says this map will play a big part in creating that city for all. It was drawn this year and shows the new zoning code. Take a look at Long Street and Mount Vernon Avenue in Bronzeville. Blue and red lines again, but for an entirely different reason. This time, instead of excluding people, the city wants to invite them in.
We think about the historic Bronzeville neighborhood had 60,000 people in it. Today there's only 16,000, so there's room for a lot more folks to come in and be a part of that energy.
The new zoning code is focused on important corridors of the city. It will let developers build denser and higher with the hope to create more affordable housing. But these changes aren't only for the new people coming, they are also for those who were left behind.
That is the difference between our forefathers who brought this freeway system through and displaced my family, was we have to be as intentional about including people as maybe our forefathers were about excluding folks and moving folks out the way for success.
Tracy Townsend, 10 TV News.
Tracy, thank you. And to see more stories on how Columbus is becoming a boomtown, you can find our original special streaming on 10 TV Plus. That app is free on Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV.